All right, why don't we get started? Okay, welcome to the Friday, November 5th meeting of the Westwood School Building Committee. I will start with roll call. Ken Aries.
Here.
Josh Baumer.
Here.
Brian can't join us today. Allison Borchers.
Here.
Chris Coleman. I didn't see him. Okay. John Cummings.
Here.
Charlie Donahue.
Here.
Pam Dukeman.
She's here.
Pam. Yeah, I see Pam.
You're on mute, Pam.
We can't hear you, Pam, for some reason. Yeah, even though it says you're not on mute, but sometimes this happens. Maybe if you log out and log back in.
She's definitely here.
But we see you. You're definitely here. Mary Kate Ferreira, I don't see her. Jen Flanders.
Here.
Abby Hanscom.
Yeah, good morning.
Morning. Lemma Jean-Baptiste.
Here.
Josepha Jowdy. Oh, I think she said she might not be here. Matt Kuklins. Carol Lewis.
Here.
Michelle Miller. I know Michelle's here.
Here.
There she is. Tony Mullen.
Here.
Emily Parks. Emily.
Here.
Oh, there you are. Okay. Amanda's going to be a little bit late, and Mike Walsh.
Here.
Okay, thank you. I'd like to recognize the live stream available online at www.k12.ma.us/live to provide real-time public access to the activities of the School Building Committee in accordance with an act relative to extending certain COVID-19 measures adopted during the state of emergency. This meeting will also be recorded for later broadcast on Westwood Media Center's platforms. And as always, we thank Westwood Media Center for their great contribution to our communities. Okay, jumping right into the update, the reports. So project status update. Great news to report. We had a special town meeting and a special election since we last met, and this project passed it both. So we are so excited. We actually get to build the building. We're going to move forward, and I'd like to, there are so many people to thank for this giant feat. It literally takes an entire community to pass something for the community. And first and foremost, I want to thank this committee. I think that this committee is exceptional, and that what I've been hearing consistently is that the process that this committee has put in place and has run through and has communicated out to the public has been exceptional. I have actually had calls from other towns who want to know how we did it. So I just want to thank each and every one of you. I know that this has been a long and heavy lift for a lot of you, or for all of you, and for all of us. And thank you very much for getting us to where we are today. We do have to build it, but at least we're on the right track. So I want to particularly call out Tony, Carol, and Jen Flanders for running, spearheading the Yes campaign. That was an amazing job. You guys really did a great community outreach, and we want to thank you so much for that and getting us where we are today and really getting out the vote. I also, of course, want to thank all of our stakeholders and our partners, the town offices, Chris, the town administrator, the select board, all of the people who we have been consulting with, the Westwood Fire and Westwood Police Departments, who have provided valuable input to this project. I want to thank all of the educators and the staff and the faculty at the district who have worked with us to really put together a great design. I want to thank, oh God, honestly, there's so many people. And I want to thank DPW for partnering with us, the Commission on Disabilities, all of the sports teams who met with us a number of times, And really, I want to thank the community for supporting this project and engaging in this project and making these elections really, show a strong sign of support for this project. So thank you to everybody. And now we build the building. So this is all exciting.
Mayor, I'd just like to thank you and Emily for your leadership and all the work that you guys put into this and the great speeches you gave. So well done. And thanks so much for all that effort.
Thank you, Charlie.
Second that, Charlie.
Anyway, so great news. I wanted to give an update on the MSBA. Now that the town has passed the project, we enter into something called the project funding agreement with them. And that is the actual document that is the agreement between the town of Westwood and the MSBA for the full amount of the reimbursement, the 18.2 million. We've executed that. We've delivered it to the MSBA. We're just waiting on their execution. I think we owe them one document. We will get that to them today. So that's the next step with the MSBA. And hopefully we'll have that project funding agreement fully executed by next week. So that's a great step as well. The feasibility budget update. I just wanted to let everybody know that we actually underspent in the feasibility phase. I think we were allocated 1.75 million. We are giving back to the town about $202,000. So that's great news. So we only ended up spending about 1.55 million, if I did the math right. So hopefully we will continue on that trend. But I did want to point that out, that we did come in under budget and feasibility. Finally, the aesthetic design working group will be meeting over the next month to make some recommendations back to this group about design choices. For some reason, and I can't recall, that group was actually a working group, but in the interest of keeping this process as transparent as possible, we're actually going to change that to become a subcommittee of the school building committee. So that will, of course, be have an agenda and be available for the public to watch and to view. So that group will be meeting over the next month a couple times. And that's really all I have on the reports. Does anybody have anything they want to add before we get into discussion items? No? Okay. So just really one item here, the construction document phase schedule. So I'm going to turn that over to Rob.
Great, thanks, Maya. Get this up on the screen. So this is a schedule you've all seen, but thought we would just go over it again. So obviously the town voted in favor, which is outstanding. And then looking ahead, we've got 7 months of construction documents. We'll go out to bid in May. The bidding process will take about 2 months, and expect to award the contract in July. And then we'll have groundbreaking, approximately 19 months of construction for the building, move into the building in February of 2024, and then completion of the remaining site and associated work in August of 2020, or by August 2024. So just looking ahead to the next 3 months, we just had some additional test pits done per the request of the town to do some additional stormwater evaluations or soil evaluations for stormwater. So we'll be getting results back from that probably in 2 weeks. We've got a planning board hearing at the end of the month we're preparing for. Today is the 5th of November. We're looking for authorization to proceed into construction document phase. As Maya mentioned, we are looking for 2 aesthetic and design meetings. One being the week of November 14th. We're proposing the 17th, but I know Maya sent out something to the group to see which day works the best, but ideally this would be sometime before Thanksgiving if we can. And then canopy and interior review, we're proposing the 1st of December, so that would be the Wednesday after Thanksgiving. So that's to be determined. As I mentioned, the 30th of November is a continuation of the planning board hearing. It should be fairly straightforward. It's really just the stormwater based off of the test pits that were done. And then the 5th of December is the next SBC meeting. And this would be a vote on any of the recommendations that came out of the aesthetic and design meetings. There's a continuation of the Conservation Committee hearing on the 8th. And again, it's really mostly focusing on the results from the additional test pits for the stormwater. And then another aesthetic and design meeting, to review interior finishes. This would be proposed in person as well, just to take a final look at the finishes and sign off. December 21st, we'll be submitting the 60% construction documents to estimators. And then we'll begin the process of looking at the RFQ for general contractor and subcontractors pre-qualifications. It's a little bit on the early side, but it doesn't hurt to get that process started. January 7th is the current schedule for the next SBC meeting. We are going to be proposing to move that to January 21st, and I'll go over that in a second. January 11th to 12th, we're targeting as room data sheet review. And so this is essentially just kind of circling back with the educational leadership and any key people to review, each of the spaces, take one last look, maybe take a look at electrical outlets, just to fine detail aspects, sign off on those, so that we can finish up the drawings. By the 12th, we should be receiving the 60% cost estimates. And then, as I mentioned, we're proposing the 21st in lieu of January 7th. And this will allow us time, we decided to add a week for the cost estimates just due to the 2 holidays back to back in there. And so we're proposing to move that SBC meeting to the 21st. And that would be primarily to, number one, see where we stand on the cost estimates, and number two, authorize the 60% CD submission to the MSBA. And then at the end of January, the following Monday, we would submit the package to the MSBA. So that's the kind of the 3-month look ahead. I don't know if anyone has any questions on any of that.
Hey, Rob, one
Yeah.
clarification.
Yep.
The December SBC meeting is on the 3rd.
Oh, okay. Yep. Thank you.
For clarification, from here forward, we have for the construction document phase, we have 3 submissions, one at 60% to MSBA, which is the and detailed schedule has just been outlined. And then we have a 90% submission, and then the 100% submission. The cost estimate will be, we will do the cost estimates by 2 separate parties for the 60% and 90%, and then we will be monitoring those very carefully.
Great.
Okay.
Any other questions on the schedule? All right.
I got a quick question. Rob, I know I'm having a lot of difficulty getting stuff to do repairs and stuff. And from what I'm hearing, it's supposed to last through at least 2022. Do you see any delays in getting materials and ordering stuff for it to keep the project on target?
It's a great question, Ken. And as a matter of fact, we are starting to see that on some of our other projects. Compass has also noted seeing it on some of their projects. So that is something that we are taking a close look at right now. There are certain materials like roofing, for example, that are certain aspects of the roofing materials that are being delayed. We're hoping that things will kind of clear up in the next 7 months and get back to normal. But it is something we are taking a close look at, and we'll be likely, reevaluating some of the VE list to have in our back pocket moving forward. So, that's something as a look ahead, we'll be talking about in the future.
Thanks.
Any chance to accelerate things by a month to get, so we could break ground right after school ends in June?
It's tough because, you guys don't know this, but we've been continuing to work on the project during the month of October because it is a very tight schedule.
Okay.
And so it's really not something that we can speed up. One of the, it's good that we have the MSBA to, submit packages to and have them review it. It's part of the process, and we're used to it. But what it does do is it creates this sort of process that is time intensive. So, we have to get the cost estimates. That's why it kind of feels weird, right? We're submitting 60% in December. But in reality, it's because we have this time period where we have to submit it to the cost estimators, get the cost estimate back before we submit to MSBA, get the MSBA comments back, have time to react to the MSBA comments. And so we have that at the 60% and the 90%. And so it's just a time intensive process.
And MSBA require us to allow them 3 weeks of time to do the review, which basically just simply when you add up all of these things, we will try our best to improve their schedule if that's possible, but it is at the moment 1 month is going to be challenging. We may be able to squeeze out 2 weeks, but 1 month is at the moment. I don't think we can promise that.
Any other comments or questions on schedule? All right. Okay, I'm hearing none. I'm going to move into the action items. So as Rob mentioned, we do need a vote to approve the project to enter into construction documentation. So can I get a motion from someone here?
So moved.
Second.
All right, I'm going to do a roll call. Ken?
Yes, I'm on a call, sorry.
Oh, okay. Josh?
Yes.
Allison?
Yes.
Chris?
Yes.
John?
Yes.
Charlie?
Yes.
Pam? Oh, we still can't hear Pam. Is she back?
She is back.
She's back, but we can't see her or hear her. Okay. Jen?
Yes.
Abby?
Yes.
Lemma?
Yes.
Matt?
Yes.
Carol? Where'd Carol go?
Yes.
Oh, there
Yes.
she is. Michelle?
Yes.
Tony?
Yes.
Emily?
Yes.
Amanda?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
And I'm a yes, motion is carried. Okay, second item is, so now that we're moving into construction documentation, we need to enter into an amendment with Doran Whittier to add this phase to their contract. The amendment was provided to you in your packet. So can I get a motion to authorize the amendment to the Doran Whittier contract for construction
So
documentation?
moved.
Second.
Any discussion on the amendment? Okay, Ken,
Yes.
Josh,
Yes.
Allison,
Yes.
Chris,
Yes.
John,
Yes.
Charlie,
Yes.
Pam. All right, I'm just gonna not call on Pam. Jen,
Yes.
Abby,
Yes.
Lemma,
Yes.
Matt,
Yes.
Carol,
Yes.
Michelle,
Yes.
Tony,
Yes.
Emily,
Yes.
Amanda,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
and I am a yes as well. Okay, we're actually, the next action item is to authorize the amendment for Compass Project Management. I'm actually going to table that. We're going to move that to December. We're just still working through that amendment. So our next action item is a vote to approve the meeting minutes of October 1st, 2021. Can I get a motion?
So moved.
Second,
Any discussion? All right, Ken,
yes.
Josh,
Yes.
Allison,
I'm gonna abstain. I was absent.
okay, Chris, John,
I have to abstain. I was absent.
okay, Charlie,
Yes.
Jen,
Abstain. I was here.
Abby,
Yes.
Lemma,
Yes.
Matt,
Yes.
Carol,
Yes.
Michelle,
Yes.
Tony,
Yes.
Emily,
Yes.
Amanda,
Yes.
Mike,
Abstain.
okay, and I am a yes, so motion is carried. And our last action item is to vote to approve the payment of invoices for the period ending October 31, 2021, as recommended by Compass Project Management. There's 2 invoices. There's one for Compass Project Management for $37,000. That consists of the $20,000 monthly fee to Compass and a $17,000 invoice to reimburse Compass for the estimator. And a Doran Whittier invoice for $88,420.97. Chin, these are all within budget, correct? Okay.
Yes, that's correct.
Great. So the total amount is $125,420.97. Can I get a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second,
Any discussion? Ken,
Yes.
Josh,
Yes.
Allison,
Yes.
Chris,
Yes.
John,
yes.
Charlie,
Yes.
Jen, yes, Abby,
Yes.
Lemma,
Yes.
Matt,
Yes.
Carol,
Yes.
Michelle,
Yes.
Tony,
Yes.
Emily,
Yes.
Amanda,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
and I am a yes, motion is carried. Okay, and what might be the shortest SBC meeting ever? Oh, is there any new business? Okay, all right, and what will be the shortest SBC meeting ever? Can I get a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
So moved.
All right, roll call, Ken,
Yes.
Josh,
Yes.
Allison,
Yes.
Chris,
Yes.
John,
Yes.
Charlie,
Yes.
Jen,
Yes.
Abby.
Yeah.
Lemma,
Yes.
Matt,
Yes.
Carol,
Yes.
Michelle,
Yes.
Tony,
Yes.
Emily,
Yes.
Amanda,
Yes.
Mike.
Just for the heck of it, I'm going to say no.
Oh, Mike,
Attaboy,
you wanted to keep it going. Well, I'm a yes, so the motion is carried. All right, we are adjourned. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate your time. I hope everyone has a great weekend, and here we go.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Thank you.